Okay, it's time to move for the cause because the storm is coming. We're at minus 70 degrees and we've got full order on. We're also burning through coal, even though we've got a lot of coal. Generators on overdrive because we need to research a bit more in the way of like heat. And people are once again complaining about heat, but I don't think I'll have time to keep the overdrive on for much longer before I have to turn it off, and people will once again get very unhappy about that. Hope is no longer a thing. It's just discontent. So discontent will rise as soon as that heat goes off. I don't know why I'm keeping the generator on so long, really. I'm not going to get that done in time, which is a shame because the generator will otherwise explode if I leave it on too long. But I should just turn it off now. But I'm not for some reason because I'm trying to upgrade steam towers and compensate for my people, build houses, compensate for the heat loss. But even so, I should be turning off the overdrive. So what do we do? This is the start of every promise. So I could say he who forgets his past, or we could just go with it, but I am going to put a stop to it because I don't want this dictatorship to get too overboard. And there we are, we're at good stead. We're crafting soup right now. Just because I want extra food. I know that's going to raise discontent severely, but we need that food to survive the coming storm. And we need a lot of food to survive the coming storm. So even if it's soup, it's fine. But we should give them some standard meals because any challenge failed at this point will put people's discontent up. That coupled with soup will not be great. People are hungry, let's give them some proper meals, feed them up while we can, and then start. We'll have to dish out soup at some point. I think I tried to go as long as I could without switching to soup, just to keep discontent down. But there is no storm on the horizon yet, but I know it's coming. The first thing that will happen is the refugees will start pouring in. After that, it will be just a case of housing the refugees and keeping the sick. Well, you see the overdrive is off now and it's going down quite nicely. We're still maintaining that heat with the towers, but you can see my coal is no longer in the red. It's now moved down into the falling standards. So I need to upgrade coal mines, upgrade as much as possible, and just keep that coal coming in. And I really need to upgrade my generator to level 4 before the storm. I need to research for the generator. I need to research so much stuff, and I'm not researching anything at the moment, which is very stupid. But on the other hand, we have no wood, so we need to get that in. Food is more important, heat is more important right now, although that won't last indefinitely. As you can see, the temperature's about to change again, and yeah, we have no wood to build anything. So we're going to have to address that. I'm going to have to get the automation going on the woods, even though I need the coal for the so much to do. And I still need to get on the research ladder at some point here. And hopefully with the refugees coming in, that's going to help me. As soon as they get better, they can go straight to work. So let's go ahead into the future. Okay, so this is why I upgraded my medical posts. Now, I could say everyone's welcome, but they come with 50 sick people. And I just can't manage that amount of sick. I really can't. As much as I'd like to on this scenario, we can't. So I'm just going to let in the ones that are healthy, and the sick will perish. It's tough, but I can't house, nor can I treat that many people. Although they would be useful, we just can't do it. So it's now a question of housing and feeding and getting everyone to work. I can't save everyone. Even though it's minus 50, it's going to go down again soon. And I just can't save everyone. Not in this scenario. I'm sure if I planned a little bit better, I might have stood a chance. But I can't at the moment. You can see food isn't a problem. Food is full. I need to build some more storehouses to store the food, because we've got too much food coming in. And that's good, but that's also I can't process it in time. So even though people are starving, people are eating, people need that food, I still can't process it fast enough for everything to go by. You see there, I'm waiting for the scouts, I'm waiting for the woods so I can send the next scouts out, because now I can start exploring the areas on the map that we don't usually go into until the very end of the campaign. There we are. So I'm going to send people out to the furthest reaches first, and then after that I'm going to start mobbing the library. And again, I don't want people to get too riled up, so I could say yeah, get rid of it, or you know, I just don't want things to get too out of hand. If you agree to this and get everything, too many bad choices can lead to a riot and you can be executed, and we're so close to the end. It's a very fine line to take, and you don't want to go too much of one and you don't want to go too much of another. It really depends on your discontent. But on the other hand, it's just very difficult to balance the discontent sometimes. And even though you've got no longer a problem with hope, it's full discontent, and I might have to execute someone just to keep it in order. But right now I'm using the prisons to pull down. Of course, that pulls workers out of the areas where I need them, so I need to readdress the balance. And coal is once again in the red, but that's only because we're at minus 50 and I've turned down the generator to save some coal for when we need to turn it back up again. But again, I've still got tents where I should have houses. It's minus 50, even though they're in storm area. They all need to be upgraded to houses. Now, I could research the storm, but I know what the storm will bring. It will say you have to provide for the people. You need to transfer every single building that's a shelter into a house. You need to provide a lot of food. You need to provide coal to sustain the generator, upgrade the generator, and all of that sort of thing. So I know that as soon as the storm hits, we can't go out and look for food anymore. They will be all grounded, and if you've got a hot house, the ground freezes on it. I don't have a hot house. I've never really gone for hot house on this scenario. It's just not worth it. Hunter's hangers just pull in more food. So, my glorious leader. So I'm just trying to get as much food in as possible now. As much food as I can. So there's my upgraded for the woods, because I know as well as, let's do that one right now, as well as the fact that it will ask I'll need wood going forward because my people will cry out for it. They'll ask for a lot of wood in order to oh blimey, can't even make a path. Yeah, so in order to survive the storm, they'll ask for wood. So I'll need to provide wood for that. So I'm thinking in advance here. Plus the fact wood has been an issue for a while. So if I upgrade both of these, then I can. There it is. Don't know why I didn't do that to start with. Yeah, then I can pull in as much wood as possible before anything starts to go wrong. So again, I'm looking. I could do hunters, which will need to be done. There's so much that still needs doing, but before any of that, I need wood. So I need more scouts, I need more wood, I just need wood. Wood is huge right now, and I'm not getting as much as I need. I need scouts, I need upgrades, I need to upgrade the tents to houses, and I can't get any of that. It's just very frustrating because I haven't planned ahead for this. Just trying to keep your needs of your people in order, and that means that you're short on resources for other things. And it's true what's said at the start, the needs of the people aren't always what's important. Don't always go for the easiest option where you appease a lot of people. Sometimes politics means taking the third road, the middle way. So I've got to upgrade my coal mines. I need to get more wood in. I need to send my scouts out. The fact my scouts aren't traveling right now is a huge deal. And why am I making pathways? To make it easier for people to get to the wall drill. But what I should be doing is sending out as many scouts as possible. And the fact that I'm not doing that will kick me in the teeth later, big time. So let's fast forward to later, I guess. Okay, so wood is now starting to pour in. We've got another scout out going to explore. We've got steel pouring in like crazy. We're going to need a lot of that going forward, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get as much steel as possible, and then I'm going to pull everyone out of the steel factories and then just use them for work on other things like the coal mines, the wall drills, the engineers, that sort of thing, and just keep everything ticking over quite nicely. Because at the end of the day, bringing shift patterns down because the coal is in the red. At the end of the day, I need more workers in critical areas rather than in the steelworks, because that's really only good now for upgrading. So I'm putting everything into steel so that I can get as much steel as possible, so I don't have to use it during the storm. Because I don't want to use it during the storm, because that will save me a bit of time and effort. Later on, they'll just be working, well, where they're meant to. Plus the fact I can always get automations going. As soon as the storm hits, we won't need certain places. We can start disassembling maybe the wall drills if we need to, and just we won't need that much wood when the storm starts. It's mainly coal. Coal becomes the lifeblood. So if I needed to upgrade anything else, if I needed to build another automation, then I can disassemble the wall drill or one of the wall drills, and just try and get some more coal or some more automations, whatever is needed. So once again, they're on cold temperature, and you can see that people are working in cold conditions. I could turn on the heater, but I need that stored coal going forward. I'll need so much stored coal just to survive. So glory to our great leader. My scouts are starting to explore. They're finding survivors, And I do need these people because I need engineers. People are dying, but I also need to have a few more people just inside the city to start with. Work levels aren't where I want them to be, even though we haven't got that many sick. Once again, I say about this, if people are sick in prison, they will not be treated, and that one person that's critically ill is in prison. And I can't shut down the prison and let them all out, otherwise people will be very discontent. So the likelihood is, as soon as that guy comes out, he will die. Which will heighten discontent again. So, yeah. That's what I'm dealing with. By the way, if you ever play this and want to not have any deaths at all, order is the way to go. Not as far as I've taken it, of course, but if you go with faith, you will always get one death. Always. Someone will say a note of thanks. He will die of natural causes and say, thank you for reintroducing religion into my life before I died. Pretty much is the way that one goes. So if you always do religion, you'll always get a death, which is why if you want a city to survive and thrive, you need to do order. As much as that pains me, because I kind of like some of the perks that come with religion. A good example of that is the houses of healing, which allow you to heal people without apathy sets in. Yeah, I've worked them too hard. I know that one. I'm very apathetic at the moment. I can't deal with the British public much longer. You know, it's been hell through lockdown, and that whole spirit of we're together, let's stay together, let's support NHS, let's support the shop workers. That lasted maybe 2 weeks tops. And then people got angry, people got scared, people got arrogant, they got so nasty so quickly. So you can see now I've researched faster scouts, and that's just to cover up for my mistake earlier. Now I had to research that. That did cost a lot of wood. We're pretty much done here. We're not... we don't really need to introduce anything else in terms of laws unless we have to. I'd like to keep something in just in case things get bad, and I need to introduce more harsher laws. I know, more harsh than this, right? But I'm hoping that with everything going on, I don't have to do that. So Book of Laws is closed for now. Just trying to get everything done as quickly as possible. What I should do is the faster outpost teams. I should have done that way long ago, but other things got in the way, and now it's too late. Basically now it's all about surviving the storm, so we need to get the top generator, we need to get the top coal mine, we need so much stuff to get there, and we need, when I send out my scouts, they're going out to pick up technology out there. The further camps you go towards the nation expedition means that you can pick up their technology, which means advanced couplings for the generator. There's an advanced coal mine out there. Sometimes it's a little bit random, but you always get one advancement if you send out your scouts, and if they're quick enough, they can get there and get the stuff that you need to survive and then get back again. Runaway child. So I know from previous experience that if you equip him for the journey during the storm, he will come back with the child, and that will raise hope if you still have hope, but for me that will lower discontent. So I'm going to equip him for the journey, I'm going to send him off. That's one less worker. I can spare one man right now, and he will try and save his child. So discontent won't be affected by that decision. but when he comes back, it will be. If you ban him from going, or if you can't afford him to go, then things will turn nasty. And he'll commit suicide. So then hope will lower, discontent will go up. So it's better to equip him for the journey if you have those resources available. If at this point you don't have those resources available, you're in dire need, you're in serious desperation, you need to make some really tough decisions going ahead, because the storm will eat you alive otherwise. So I'm gonna go up until right before the storm starts, I think, for this one, and then we'll do the storm in a separate video. And I might just do it straight after this one, because not a huge amount happens during the storm. I just had to keep everything heated, which it's the hardest part of the game, but there's not much to actually do except regulate your people. Okay, so I decided to unpause here because you can see the temperature map of things and how it's playing out a little bit there, where the houses are kept heated, the businesses are not, but then again it's going into, well, night going into morning, so everything's as usual getting regulated. If there's people in there, then it needs to be heated. If there aren't people in there, if it's an automation, then it doesn't need to be heated, etc, etc. But the houses always do. I've got 2 rings on the heat on the generator, and I don't want to really go any higher than that at the moment. And then I've got the generator upgraded. I've got everything going up and upgrading. I'm changing the timings for, and you can see the storm on the horizon. So these people fell. We need to get them back to the city, and that will keep discontent in check. We also need as many people as possible now, just in terms of, we need people to work for us, and we don't have that many we can take them in. So I'm looking for areas to go now. Lost without trace. I could go straight back to the city, but instead I'm going to go over there. Now I've got to outrun the storm, so if need be I can tack people to go west. Is that correct? Sort of out of the way of the storm and do a loop and come back into the city in like a horseshoe manner. So if I go direct, sometimes the storm will overtake. As soon as the storm gets to the city, that's it. Like, everything closes down. But you can. It depends where you're going from, really. You can nip into dangerous territory, so you might have to make your scouts do little detours just to get back to the city in one piece. But again, I'm rushing with the scouts because there was a long time there when they were like not doing what they should be doing, which was what I still need to upgrade the houses. What I should have done was, alright, don't want to do that because then someone's out of a house. I need to put a house somewhere else. What I should have done was get on the wood sooner and get those scouts out sooner. Now I'm rushing. I had to upgrade to Scouts 3, which is something that I didn't want to do. I wanted to research other things just because I messed up with the scouts. So I need to get those scouts out to those areas and back again. I need to rescue the survivors, and I need to get that technology and any resources that are left lying around out there. I want that as well. Food's pretty much a no-go. At one point there are some scouts on the trail which are leading people, and they're actually all engineers, and they're so useful engineers for research for the infirmaries, and their main job now will be in there. Basically at this point in the game you want your engineers working where they should be, so like infirmaries, medical posts, propaganda centers if you've got one, or yeah, research posts, the workshops. So as long as you've got engineers working in there and no engineers working down the mines, then you're in good position, because basically what you want at this point is the engineers working where they should, and then the workers working where they should. And food again is an issue. I need to start building, and you can see now I've exhausted all that steel that I was stockpiling. Most of that has been exhausted again, and I still need more, so I need to send people back there soon again. So the storm is approaching now. It's starting to affect outposts out there. Sooner or later I'm gonna have to discontinue the Tesla camp and bring my scouts back home again, and that will mean disassembling it. I won't get any more steam cores, so anything that I can get now I will get right up into the point. Scouts for that are pretty fast. They're faster than normal scouts. They will trek across the country a lot quicker, so I can keep that going for a long time, and right up until the point when the storm's about to hit, then I disassemble the outposts, bring my team back before the storm hits them, because if it does, they're all immediately killed. They just die. So that lowers hope. If I had it, I don't have it. Will bring discontent up, so I don't want that. And plus the fact I'll lose 20 people, which needless. So we'll bring them back before the storm hits. But up until that point, we want as many steam cores as possible coming in. Now, I know from previous experience, you might be wondering, why haven't I automated the city? Have more automations going that will save on workers. If you automate everything to the point where there are a ton of people in automations, then yeah, there's a serious problem. Scattered convoy, there's nothing there, so I've just got to basically get this guy back to the city, unless I want to make a stop off on the way. There's this outpost on the way down which I could, but I need to get him back, because I know that guy's got what's needed and he can go there. And if there's anything else that spawns on the map after he goes there, the other scouts can go and get them. Like I say, I'm rushing. I'm using my scouts for dual and triple purposes. What they should be doing is like find the sick, bring them back, find their technology, bring it back. But they're visiting multiple sites on the map, which is something that's useful in the early stages of the game, but at this point we really need that technology, so I know what to research and what not to research. And again, I'm still low on houses and tents. I need to upgrade. So with everything going forward, I'll need to build some more houses for the people we saved as well. It's just, yeah, it's a whole thing. Everything's going forwards, and I need to be prepared more than I am. Alright, so looking ahead now, we're in pretty good stead with the scouts. They found the engineers. We're sending them back to the city because I need my scouts to go and explore other things. So this guy I'm sending up to there instead of all the way to the first outpost. What I should do now is, you can see I'm thinking, when should I move Tesla City back? When should I take out Tesla City? And that's something I'm going to have to watch. I've got another scout coming in. I'm researching the lens, because otherwise discontent's going to go through the rafters. But I shouldn't really have done that, because it's a bit too late in the day. I don't really need to at the moment, so it's just trying to keep people happy, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. Hindsight is brilliant on this, but at the time I wasn't sure how far it would raise discontent to do that, so I need to upgrade my coal mines, and what I should have done was upgrade the coal mines instead of doing the research. So that's going to be built there, just overnight while it's nice and dark. Temperature's about to go down, by which I mean it's up. It will go from -70 back to 60, I think, or 50. And then it will go back down again, and then it will go down again, and then it will just continue to plummet. So we got to be ready for that, and we are ready for that with the generator. It's just a question of getting everything built now. So again, I'm thinking about Tesla City. How far away is the storm? Should I destroy the outpost? Yes, I should, and bring the scouts back. They need to come back immediately now. So we're evacuating those scouts now. Meanwhile, food thefts cause riots. Great. That's because earlier on I had an indignant woman saying, give me double rations. And I said, I will not make any exceptions, because we need the food. And then there were food thefts, which, great, you know, just peachy. Meanwhile, you might see in the corner I'm getting rid of that final steel pile that's been sitting there for ages with an automation. It's just some steel in instead of some woods, which I've got plenty of wood, so I'm just moving things over. Right. So that one is done. I'm bringing those scouts back. This guy is nearly home, and he can go out to the final outpost and then back again before it's time for the storm, hopefully. There he is. He's brought home the bacon, which I didn't really need, but okay. And out he goes again. And this is why I should have got those scouts in and out quicker, because the technology that they bring back, I need to know what it is in advance. I didn't really need that one, so you know, hey ho. Another automation built. So this is me just getting extra automations before the start of the big frost, just so I can have more working in the mines. And basically what I want is 3 right now. I need 3 automations working in the mines. But as you can see, the percentage wise is good for the coal mines, so I want to keep that up as long as possible with workers rather than switching over to automations. These guys are all in treatment, so let's see if we can swap them out. Such that it is. Just pull as many people. I could prefer them getting food rather than making food, even though I should have built another cookhouse by now, but hey ho, we're just preparing for the storm right now. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up just about here. You can see all my scouts, the ones that need to be, are trekking back to the city. I've got people going out for the last final runs. I got to keep an eye on my coal mining and disassemble that when it's time to bring people back into the city. Now, with all that said, I'm pretty much prepared as I can be. I still need to research some stuff, but it's looking pretty good. And you can see on the left there that little lens, so I know what I need to get.